Welcome back to Hall County Sports, everybody. I'm Gary Glenn, and we begin the show this week with football. And on the sidelines at City Park, Gainesville Athletic Director Wayne Vickery turned aside and told me if they beat Sandy Creek, it'd go down as one of the biggest wins in Gainesville football history. Guess what? That's what happened. Red Elephants shocked the top-ranked Patriots 35-21. And coming into this one, Sandy Creek had won 41 straight, and that included both a 4A and a 3A state title along the way. Sophomore sensation quarterback Deshaun Watson had a part of all 5 Gainesville touchdowns once again. He threw for 220 yards and 2 touchdowns, both to Caleb Haven, by the way, who came to Gainesville from Mill Creek. Deshaun ran for another 100 yards and 3 short touchdowns, and afterwards told reporters they took it as a point of pride to prove to everybody they could do it.
I got to make some plays here.
Everybody was just kind of thinking about it. We went in at halftime talking about everybody just got to step up. It's 0-0, and we just got to come out here ready to play. And I just told the team, just believe in me, I'm going to believe in you. And that's what we did. And we just came out ready to play. We just thought about going out here and just playing. And a lot of people are doubting us. We just going to come out here fired up, and nobody scare us. You know, we just going to come out here and get the victory.
Next up for the Red Elephants, Burke County, 32-28 winners over Allatoona in the quarterfinals. We welcome to the show once again Bruce Miller, Gainesville football coach. And Bruce, first of all, I got to tell you, great win, great atmosphere. I mean, the whole thing.
It was a great game. It was great. It was a great atmosphere, and they brought a lot of folks. We brought a lot of folks, and it was just one of those things that it's playoff time, and the atmosphere was there, and our guys certainly played good, and we were fortunate enough to come out with a win.
You know, I reviewed last week's show, and you and I looked pretty good in retrospect where we talked about the ebbs and flows of the games and game preparation for the week. I said, it won't take much to get your attention this week, so you must have been extremely focused coming into this one.
We had all last week off from school.
Right.
And it was amazing to see our kids every day how focused they were. I was worried about that, but it didn't seem to affect them at all. They got ready each day, and we brought them in Friday. They had the day off from school Friday, and we brought them in Friday in time for the pregame meal, and they were just focused, and they played like it.
Well, let's go back to the ebbs and flows thing. Now, this was a really, really, really good football team that you beat, and you had to be prepared to take a punch or two.
Yeah, we did. We told our kids, it's not going to be easy. Don't expect it to be easy. There's going to be some times where you feel like this thing's slipping away, and there's some times where you're getting the lead, and both of those things happened, and our kids adjusted well, and I thought we played probably the most complete game offensively, defensively, and kicking game that we've done all year.
Well, I've already mentioned your offense, Deshaun and Caleb. They had a great game, of course, but let's not forget the defense. It stuffed them on 4th and short in their own territory. Were you surprised they went for it that deep in their own territory?
A little bit, yes, I was, because if you don't make it, you fumble the snap, somebody jump off sides, whatever. You don't make that right there. We've got a short field, and Joseph Funk made a great play, broke through the line of scrimmage and stood the guy up, and he came up short. And we got the ball in great field position.
And scored
Yes.
after that.
Mm-hmm.
Scored a touchdown, which, looking back, although you beat them by 2, and you had a chance really when you were driving at the end and you sort of shut it down at the end, you got to say that's one of the turning points of that game.
Yes, I agree with you totally. It was one of those situations where, we did rise up and stop them, and we went down and scored, and all of a sudden, the momentum is really starting to change our way. It was already going our way, but that just put it big time on our side.
Well, I got to ask you about a couple of things. Stephen Mason, now they had to tote him off. What's his status like going to be for this game?
Day to day, just got back from the doctor's office this morning. It's going to be day to day. This has happened to Stephen one time earlier in the season, and he played. I wouldn't bet against him not playing.
He's a senior.
He's a senior.
Oh, he wants to be in on this one. All right. Anybody else not going to be available for this one? Or?
Not really. I mean, we're at your typical point of going into your 14th game. We're banged up and stuff, but I think we'll be ready to go.
Bruce, Final Four sounds great, but the Georgia Dome would sound even better, wouldn't it?
Oh, they sound great. Sound absolutely great. It's one of those things that you just play one game at a time. This group has been great so far of not looking ahead, and they hopefully they'll be ready to play Friday night, and and not look ahead and take one game at a time and see where it gets us.
Well, tell me about Burke County. What do you know about them?
Big, physical, fast. What you expect out of a Final Four team. Got good size, good speed. Play great defense. Offensively, they're a big strike team. Going to try to do it with the ground game more than they will the pass game, but it should be another great ball game.
And you won the coin flip again. Now, is this the team of luck or the team of destiny, Bruce?
We'll take it either way.
All right. Listen, congratulations to the Red Elephants again, and come back again next week. Got to keep coming back. Let's keep this thing going, all right? All right. Bruce Miller, coach of the Gainesville Red Elephants. We'll take it to the court, the hardwood. That story coming up when Hall County Sports continues. Finally, a real gym in town for everybody, from folks just wanting to get in shape to world-class powerlifters and bodybuilders. Iron Beast Barbell features elite trainers from MMA, strongman, general fitness and weight loss, to cross-training, sports-specific, wrestling, even professional sports massage and wellness. Iron Beast Barbell, a 12,000 square foot facility with 24/7 access and no contracts. Home of the national champion Georgia Iron Dogs and national level bodybuilder Cheryl Cook. Voted Gym of the Month by bodybuilding.com. Iron Beast Barbell, located in the Gainesville Market Center behind Arby's and Chick-fil-A, 622 Shallowford Road, Gainesville.
Lancaster Music, Northeast Georgia's authorized dealer for Yamaha musical instruments, has a huge selection of consoles, studio, and grand pianos in all sizes and finishes. Check out the Yamaha Disclavier self-playing piano and award-winning Clavinova digital pianos that never need tuning. For gifts to delight any musician, Lancaster Music has keyboards, band and orchestra instruments, guitars, music books, and accessories. Lancaster Music, a musical tradition since 1949.
Proper maintenance is vital to the life of your car. Let the experts at Mountain View Auto Repair take care of all your vehicle needs. Owner Danny Hammock has over 50 years of experience in the automotive business and has earned a reputation of being honest and fair with his customers.
We try to treat everybody like I want to be treated. You know, that works out pretty good, and try to keep the price as low as possible to keep people coming in and give them a good price for their money. We do whatever turns up on a car, any kind of work, any kind of car, just it don't really matter. We do it all. People say, when you gonna quit and retire? I say, probably never. You know, as long as the Lord let me work, I'll probably be here working.
I've been trading with Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair for about 20 years. I've always been very happy with his work. It's very easy for me to talk with him. He doesn't talk down to me. He explains it in a manner that I can understand.
Most of my customers are like friends here. You know, I've known them so long, and I count them as, most all of them as friends to me.
Remember, when you want honest, reliable service, put Mountain View Auto Repair under your hood.
I'm Gary Glenn. We're back, and we're back to football for this segment. In Quad A, Flowery Branch's magical ride came to an end at the hand of number 1 ranked Tucker. On the road for the Branch, the Tigers survived a furious assault by the Falcons and send the Branch home at 11-2 on the season. The loss, 42-34, and it came despite Flowery Branch outgaining Tucker 515 yards to 359 in total offense. Now, 340 of those yards for Flowery Branch belonged to the quarterback, Candler Coker, who threw 2 touchdown passes plus a 2-point conversion and rushed for another score on 69 yards gained on the ground. But he also had 2 interceptions as the Falcons turned it over twice to Tucker's once. Touchdown passes came to C.J. Curry and Casey Osborne. Other rushing touchdowns came from Jeremy Haley and Chris Dilly, while A.J. Stevens was the guy that caught the 2-point conversion. We bring to the show now Coach Lee Shaw. And Lee, first of all, I want to tell you congratulations on a great season, 11-2. Most all of the other teams in the state would be willing to trade places with you right now.
It was a great run. I was so proud of our guys off this season. We had high expectations, as we always do, and we had some foes we had to go up against that were at the top in the state, and of course, and that's what you get when you hit the playoffs at this round. But we battled, and I couldn't ask for any more from this group.
Now, I understand by reading the account of the game that linebacker Jacob Allen, one of your key cogs on defense, got hurt. How much did that affect the game, and what's his status now as far as, I mean, was it a bad injury or what's going on with him?
Yeah, he was hurt actually in the Thomas County Central game and wasn't able to practice all week, and then we he just kind of sucked it up and went for a half, and the pain was too bad. But he's got a broken bone in his foot, and so he suffered through it, but did a great job of just battling and trying to make plays. And so it was one of those games, you got to have all your guys 100% or you wasn't going to have a chance on this one.
In a game like this, a high-scoring game, 42-34, there's got to be points in the game that it's like a boxing match, punch and counterpunch.
Yeah, it's one of those games we felt like they were going to score. Didn't know how many. We were going to try to slow them down, but we felt like we had to put points on the board, and our offense did a great job with that. Candler leading the attack, but it's one of those games you finish up with, and sometimes you go back when you get back in the office and you say, gosh, I regret this. I wish I'd have done this. And I told our coaching staff and our players there's no regrets from this one. We played about as good as we could play, and we had some key turnovers, but it wasn't because of lack of effort. And our special teams didn't play the best, but we had opportunities to win it. But battling the way we did, I'm certainly proud of our guys.
And even in a loss, that makes you feel better. We say we gave it our best shot. This is what we could have done that night.
Absolutely. We didn't have to play Tucker 10 times. We just had to play him once, and we felt like if things lined up and we got some breaks, we could make it happen. And we, like I said, we played as good as we could play at that point.
All right, Coach, here's your chance to brag on some of your key players, some of your seniors in particular now as you reflect back on this season.
Just that whole senior class. I know that's kind of cliche, but I'd hate to leave out a name because they're all such important cogs to this machine. And I think they may be the winningest class we've had. I know their freshman year we were 12-3, played for a state championship. The next year 10-4 semis. Then 10-2 their junior year, and then this year 11-2 quarters. So they've had a remarkable run, and they've done a great job at Flowery Branch.
Well, I mean, you and I talked in the preseason, and you had a good success in the passing camps. At what point in the season did you and the coaching staff say, we got a chance to be pretty good this year?
Yeah, on paper, just looking at what we had and early in the passing tournaments, on paper we knew we had a chance athletically to be good, but there's so much to it other than being athletic, the chemistry and how things were going to gel up, of course, and just putting them in the right spots and giving them every resource to be successful. But we knew we had a special group.
Now things changed, Coach. Reclassification. We had Bruce Miller on earlier in the show, and I heard you talking to him out there.
Right.
And you'll be seeing him again.
Yeah, well, and that's a good thing for high school football and for this county and rivalry and whatnot. So I think that'll be good. We'll sharpen each other and get better because of it. But most of the teams that we're playing are coming up with us that we've been playing for the last 2 years. It'll be a different stretch for him because he'll see a different flavor of football, I think, than he's been seeing in region play. So we're excited about it. It really doesn't matter where they put us. We got to play every Friday night, and that's how we kind of look at it.
All right. Lee Shaw, congratulations. Another great year for the Branch. Good luck in the future. Oh, good luck to your boys there. We got the bowl game coming up with Connor at South Carolina, and then J-Bo in his divisional playoffs.
That's right. So we're blessed with that, so I'll still be busy on Saturdays.
Absolutely. Good luck to them as well.
Thank you.
All right. Lee Shaw of the Flowery Branch Football Falcons. Back to wrap it up when All County Sports concludes.
If you've suffered storm damage or just want to upgrade your home, then turn to Rock Solid Construction. Rock Solid specializes in new roofs, room additions, porches, decks, custom interior trim, and even finished basements. Let the experts at Rock Solid Construction improve your home with new trim, new posts for the porch, or maybe even upgrade your deck with synthetic boards. No more rotting or warping. Call 678-300-0702 for your free estimate. That's 678-300-0702. Rock Solid, done right the first time.
There are hundreds of options when choosing apparel or promotional items at J. Geyer Advertising and the Trophy Case. We're all about quality and competitive pricing. Sports items are in stock. Look for special pricing on Letterman jackets, corporate apparel, corporate gifts, and custom embroidery. All local high schools should check out the line of spirit wear and trophies. We're also offering custom screen printing available for any team sport. Be on the winning side when you choose J. Geyer Advertising and the Trophy Case, locally owned and operated at 250 Dawsonville Highway, Gainesville. Call 770-718-0062 or on the web at jgeyer.com and trophycaseltd.com.
Your one-stop spot for complete auto repair is the Auto Works Shop on Sprout Springs Road. on everything from oil changes to brakes, new and used tires and tune-ups, even the big jobs like transmissions. The specialists at the Auto Works can have you up and running just like that. You talk about value. The Auto Works will not be undersold on used tires or any locally priced repair job. Ask about special discounts for students and teachers with your ID. That's the Auto Works at 6671 Spout Springs Road, just past Flowery Branch High and Spout Springs Elementary Schools. Phone 770-967-1732. This program is also brought to you by Long Street Cafe, now with 2 locations in Gainesville, 1043 Riverside Terrace and 405 Pearl Nicks Parkway. Open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Monday through Saturday. Long Street's got the reputation for Gainesville's fastest drive-through and the best fried chicken you'll ever sink your teeth into, plus veggies, a full salad bar, and great desserts. Check today's menu at www.longstreetcafe.com. Call a friend and meet them for a hearty meal at Long Street Cafe, where they put the home in the cooking.
Gary Glenn here. Hall County Sports is the show. This segment we turned around ball. The Johnson boys beating Southwest Atlanta Christian Academy 56-38 in the first round of the Johnson Tip-Off Classic in Oakwood last week. Johnson out-rebounded the Warriors 52-27 as Montrell McKenzie controlled the glass for Johnson with 15 rebounds. In scoring, the Knights led by Matt Hollis with 21 points and Ty Odom with 12 points and 8 rebounds. The Johnson boys then fell to a Class 5A squad, unbeaten North Cobb, 51-36 in the championship game. Hollis with 16 points and McKenzie 8 for the Knights, who began this week at 1-2. And we bring to the show now a guy that's been with us in several capacities, a golf coach, basketball coach, and just general friend, Jeff Steele. And Jeff, first of all, tell me about this year's edition of the Knights. As I said, right now at this point we're doing this interview, 1-2 on the year. You fairly well happy with that?
I'm happy. I'm optimistic. We've got some leadership coming back. You spoke of Matt Hollis and Ty Odom. Matt Hollis is 34 points away from scoring his 1,000th point at Johnson. Only the second player in my tenure to achieve that goal. Montrell, the one that had the kid that had 15 rebounds, is first-year starter but has a lot of upside. And basically, we just got to get some more experience under the belt. And we've scheduled tough because I think we have a solid team. And hopefully, that's going to pay off for us when it means something during region play and whatnot.
Depth pretty good this year?
Well, we've experienced some injuries. One of my shooters, Carter Cagle's out probably till January. He broke his leg about 8 weeks ago.
Wow.
Playing basketball. And then I'm just getting Montrell back. He broke his arm about the same period ago, 8 weeks ago. And we're just getting him back. That was his second game. He didn't play in the scrimmage game or the first game. So we're a little depleted. We're probably 7, 8 deep. I'd like to be 9 or 10 deep to play the way we want to play. But some people are stepping up. Some kids are stepping up, and they're doing a good job for us.
Where do you figure you're going to be strong this year? I mean, obviously, if you keep Montrell healthy, he's going to be strong on the glass. Well, defense, offense, what do you got?
Defensively, this could be one of my best defensive teams I've had. But on the flip side of that, it's one of my poorest offensive teams right now. But at this point in the season, early in the season, I think I would rather it be this way. Have a strong defense, and the offense will come.
Well, you sort of got, in basketball, we've kind of talked about this before, you sort of got what I consider kind of the preseason, then you got the regular season, then you got tournament time.
Right.
So by tournament time, you get everybody healthy, maybe making some noise, huh?
Well, that's what we're thinking. And I don't want to take anything against our schedule last year, but last year we scheduled kind of, in my mind, easy and kind of got a false sense. We started out 7-1 last year, and then when we got into region play, reality slapped us in the face. So this year we took a different approach and scheduled really tough, and hopefully that's going to make us battle-tested when we get into region play.
Speaking of tested, Lanierland, which you will be hosting the championship games, Lanierland going to be a good test for you?
Absolutely. We have Gainesville first round at East Hall. That's always tough when you're playing them. And then if we were to get by that one, we're either going to have Lakeview or North Hall in the second round. So it's not an easy road for us this year.
All right. What's it look like as far as the region is concerned? Who's the big dog?
I hope we're one of the considered
I
big
hear
dogs. You. But Walnut Grove's going to be solid. Gainesville's going to be solid. That's the 3 teams on our side that are solid. And of course, on the other side, you always have North Hall and Benji Wood to deal with. That's always difficult. So.
And somebody you've known for a long time. Well, Jeff, good luck this season. Good luck at Lanier Land. We'll see you around.
Thanks, Gary.
All right,
Thanks
take
for
care.
having
Jeff Steele, head Johnson basketball coach for the boys. Now, on the girls' side of that Johnson tournament, the Lady Knights were whacked 62-27 by Kell in the opening round. Lindsey Pethel leading the Lady Knights with 9 points and 10 rebounds. The Lakeview girls were handled 42-30 by Providence Christian. Taylor Handy had 10 points in that loss, and that set up a meeting in the consolation game between the Lady Lions and the Lady Knights. And the Lakeview girls won that one by 3, 38-35, as Handy scored 15 and Kelsey Gilbert 9. Riley Shannon led Johnson with 13. The Lakeview girls at that point were 3-1, but Coach John Carrick told me after the game they aren't really playing that well right now.
All right, Coach, sort of survived this one a little bit, huh?
Yes, sir. That's the way every one of ours this year has been, except our exhibition game. We won by 8. The rest of them have been 1, 2-point victories or 12-point loss, I guess. So all the wins have been close.
How you play it overall?
We're sloppy. Don't take care of the basketball. Have an atrocious time trying to put the ball in the hole. That seems to be a very, very difficult thing to do. I wonder if there's maybe some invisible wire over the basket. We lost last night by 12, shooting 14%. I don't think our shooting percentage was much better than that today. We just got to get in the gym and shoot.
But your record is pretty good at this point.
I think we've been lucky. I think the kids have just gained a little confidence from practices. You're feeling a little bit more comfortable. This is their second year of knowing me knowing them, and they're feeling a little more comfortable with all that. They're maybe kind of sort of a little bit understanding what we're trying to do, and so I think confidence just breeds an awful lot of good things, and I think that's basically where it's coming from.
Made a run at you there at the end, and you managed to withstand it.
Yeah, that was a good thing. I think Taylor was the one who knocked out a couple free throws, and then, we shot under 50% from the foul line tonight, and nobody guards you there, so that's kind of bad.
What'd you tell Kelsey there at the end when she stepped up there and they put the time back on the clock?
I said, all you got to do is make one. She didn't make it either. That would have made it a 4-point game, so I guess I shouldn't have said anything. But I hate to see a player stand at the foul line and wait for a ball. The only time you stand at the foul line when you got the ball and you're ready to shoot. So that was my main reason for calling her over, just to get her off the foul line.
Yeah. How's it looking for you now in your league and so forth?
Well, Towns County is the big dog. They're the ones. Right now, no, I don't think we're ready for Towns County. They shoot the ball too well. Our defense is getting a whole lot better. We're going to be able to play with a lot of people with our defense, but we just got to shoot the ball better. Shooting just makes up for a multitude of sins, and all our sins are showing right now.
In other high school basketball, the Chestatee girls team continued its hot start. They began last week with a 45-42 overtime victory over Northview. Megan Kinnemer scored 17 points and pulled down 12 rebounds to pace Chestatee, while Bridget Kelly added 10 points and Erin Clifford 9. The Lady War Eagles went to 3-0 last Tuesday, beating South Gwinnett 46-39. The defense held South to just 4 points in the second quarter. Clifford scored 21 points and pulled down 3 rebounds to lead Chestatee in that game, while Kelly scored 11 points and Kinnemer added 8 points and 9 more rebounds. In the Jefferson Tabos tip-off tournament, the Flower Branch girls beat West Hall 48-29. Tavia Sykes with 18 for the Lady Falcons. The Branch girls also beat Heritage there in Jefferson 43-35 as they rallied in the fourth quarter. Sykes had 17 more points as she went 3 for 5 on 3-point shooting. West Hall rebounded and beat Franklin County 44-37 as they also had to come from behind in the fourth. Tori Alfredson leading the Lady Spartans with 10 in that game. North Hall swept Oconee County last week. The girls won it 61-60 as Sydney Cleveland battled into the paint, grabbed a rebound, and put it back into the basket with just 4 seconds left. She then knocked away the inbounds to preserve the win. She finished with 7 points. Leading the Lady Trojans were Mary Kate Rushton and Taylor Swazowski with 19 each. The Lady Trojan defense in that game forced 18 turnovers. The male Trojans, meanwhile, cruised 66-44 over Oconee County. Ethan Smith leading the Trojans with 20 points. We're back to football when we continue.
Hi, I'm Rob Bruce. I'm the pastor at McEver Road United Methodist Church. Christmas isn't here yet. As you can see, we've still got it packed away here at the church, as I'm sure you do in your house. But you know that it's on its way. And the funny thing is that we notice, and you probably have friends or maybe yourself suffer from Christmas blues at this time of the year. fact, if you run a Google search on the term Christmas depression, you'll get over 45 million hits. There's a famous theologian that theorizes the reason for this is that we are so attached to Christmas as a child with feelings of belonging and feelings of fun that when we don't have those as adults, that we become depressed. In fact, he goes on to say that the stories of Scrooge and the Grinch actually tell the story of what happens to us now as adults really better than almost the Bible. Not exactly, but almost. Well, in light of that, if you're feeling a little bit blue this Christmas, we're inviting you to come to our church, McEver Road United Methodist, and participate with us in an Advent sermon series from November 27th till Christmas Eve. The series will be on dealing with Christmas depression as seen through the eyes of the Grinch when it's laid next to the Christmas story. And that'll be at all three services, November 27th through Christmas Eve. The title of the series is Somehow or Other It Came Just the Same. And somehow or other, these decorations will be in the church then. Why don't you come and see?
If you've suffered storm damage or just want to upgrade your home, then turn to Rock Solid Construction. Rock Solid specializes in new roofs, room additions, porches, decks, custom interior trim, and even finished basements. Let the experts at Rock Solid Construction improve your home with new trim, new posts for the porch, or maybe even upgrade your deck with synthetic boards. No more rotting or warping. Call 678-300-0702 for your free estimate. That's 678-300-0702. Rock Solid, done right the first time.
Hall County Sports is brought to you in part by Green Ford on Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville. Check out the latest deals. And remember, when you go Green Ford. By Mountain View Auto Repair, a full-service shop for all of your automotive needs. Call Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair at 770-535-7278. And by McEver Road United Methodist Church. Visit us on McEver Road in Oakwood. With 3 worship services every Sunday morning, Kids Town and adult small groups, McEver Road United Methodist Church is dedicated to transforming the world through the good news of Jesus Christ. We begin this week's wrap-up of Hall County Sports TV with wrestling. Chestatee went 3-2 at a 16 meet at Archer High, beating Milton, Johns Creek, and Mill Creek. They lost to the host school and North Forsyth. Bart Velasquez and Taylor Wright won all 5 of their matches on the day, while Jose Reyes won 4. Now this weekend, many of our area schools will be at the famous Panther Invitational at Jackson County High in Jefferson. Time now to name our athletes of the week. For the males, Gainesville quarterback Deshaun Watson. What can you say? The wonderful season continues for both him and the Elephants. And the female athlete of the week, Megan Kennemer. Chestatee basketball is off to a good start, and she is a big reason. All right, some other stuff to tell you about. Former Gainesville Lady Red Elephant, speaking of basketball, former Gainesville Lady Red Elephant Jamie Carnes is smoking hot on the North Georgia College basketball court. Jamie, who spent a year at Wake Forest, scored a career-high 40 points on her way to leading the North Georgia Lady Saints to an 86-67 victory over Brunel last weekend. Carnes had the best game in the history of North Georgia at the NCAA Division II level. She finished with a school record and game-high 40 points to go along with her 18 rebounds. She broke former Johnson player Whitney Randolph's scoring mark. Jamie also was 1 block shy in that game of a triple-double, finishing with 9 blocks. Carnes has recorded a double-double in all 3 games this season and has a scoring average of over 30 points a game. The Golden Tigers, meanwhile, were led by Brittany Wiley, who finished with 16 points. Nikki Reed added 13 points to go along with her 6 rebounds, and Gabby Harvey finished with 10 points for the Golden Tigers. Speaking of Brunel, they've decided to add another sport. They'll put a track and field team on the course in 2013. It will be their 9th varsity sport. There will, of course, be some crossover from the cross-country team. And speaking of which, here's an update on cross-country Tiger freshman Brittany Akins, who represented the Tigers in the NAIA Nationals in Vancouver, Washington. She qualified by running a 19:22 and finishing 7th in the conference meet, and she wound up running 7th of the SSAC runners at the Nationals. She finished 242nd out of the field of 323 of the best female runners in the NAIA. And many of our local weightlifters are going to be in Jonesboro this weekend at the Global Powerlifting Alliance Raw World Bench Press and Full Power Championships. I'm Gary Glenn. Join us next week right here for more Hall County Sports.